At ease. First of all, I want to congratulate and welcome each and every one of you doolies to the Air Force Academy. Yes, doolies. By now you have accepted that title as a badge of honor rather than an epithet, and I am proud to call you doolies now. There are fewer of you now than when you started basic training 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks. Only 42 days. I'm sure to most of you that seems a lifetime ago. You've been through hell and lived to tell the tale. Most of you probably thought it was pure madness putting you through that, but as you likely know now, there was a method to our madness. Look around you. You'll see wolf, deer, lion, hyena, buffalo, bear, eagle, iguana, and even gopher and rat. What do you have in common? Almost nothing. Nothing, that is, except you are citizens of the United States, a nation unlike any other nation on this earth, founded on the simple statement that all peoples are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights. You recognize those words, I'm sure. This nation was founded on the simple idea that all beings with intelligence deserve equal treatment despite the clear inequalities in their species. That while the species were different in the eyes of the Creator, they should be afforded the same protection. It is an idea that has been tested repeatedly. Only 150 years ago, this nation was torn asunder over it. Only 70 years ago, the world was torn asunder over it. It took people like you to defend that simple statement. People who gave the last full measure of devotion, who gave their very lives that this nation might live. To this very day, the world struggles with this simple idea. Even this nation still struggles with it, and rightly so. We struggle because we are trying to rise above what we were. Our minds allow us to do things that 100,000 years ago were simply not possible. We create music, sculpture, literature, universities, libraries, science. We've been to every square inch of this earth and beyond to even step on the moon. We've achieved heights of art, knowledge, and achievements that our ancestors could not even conceive. And we did that in brief moments of history when we forgot that we are mammal, reptile, avian. When we realized that we were more than our species, that we are more than this body of cells. When we realized that we are beings of spirit and light. And on that level, we have far more in common with each other than we have differences. Now, you may think that the last 6 weeks were made harder than necessary. This is not true. If anything, they weren't hard enough. They were made as hard as possible and on purpose. You needed to work beside each other, struggle beside each other, yes, even sleep beside each other. You needed to be tested to the very limits of your body and beyond the limits of your mind. Because we needed to weed out those who simply could not live up to that simple statement that all peoples are created equal. By God, most of you probably can't stand the smell of each other anymore, having spent nights packed against each other, covered with dirt and sweat. But you would do it again tomorrow if you had to. You would sacrifice your own life for the sake of the one standing next to you, despite their difference of species. And why? Because you have a common goal: to defend this nation and its ideals against all who want it to be wiped off the face of the earth. Over there on these very grounds is a monument. I want each of you, when you have the time, to visit it. Read the names of the people there. You won't see their species listed. That's deliberate. But look up some of the names in the public roster. You'll see their picture there. Each of those people were cadets here. Each of them graduated. Each of them gave their lives for the sake of this nation. Each of them held fast to the idea that what we hold in common is far more important than our differences. And that is what makes us a nation. That is what this nation was founded on. That is why I am proud to call you Doolies. You are here to learn to lead others against a world that still doesn't know how much we have in common, who still think that species define us. It is our ideals that define us, what we live for, what we are willing to die for. That is what makes us one people. That is what makes us citizens of this great nation. Your job is to teach the rest of the world, by force if necessary, by compassion and heart if not, how much more we can achieve together as one people than we could ever achieve as separate species. Today marks the first day of that training, to lead the world into one where we no longer fight against each other, but fight beside each other to achieve wonders this world has never seen. Today you receive your boards that mark you as a cadet in the United States Air Force Academy. Be proud. Be proud for each other. Be proud of this nation, and be proud of yourself. For you are the future of this great nation.